What's up? I'm Michelle,
I'm Alondra.
and it's another late night.
Another late night for sure. So this is what we do. I don't know if any of you guys know this, but we actually have a podcast. Michelle, do you want to describe what you do, and then I can go into what, and then I can go into me, introduce myself.
Yeah, so I'm a life and business strategist. I work with people on taking their life to the next level and also working through things that they may be having problems with currently in their life or their business. If you are looking at taking your business to the next level, looking at why maybe you're not where you want to be in life or in business as well. And so feel free to ask any questions in regards to that. I'm also a mother of three and caregiver to my mom and uncle. So if you want to talk about anything like that, we could talk about that as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I am Alondra, and I've worked in corporate I've had so many, several Fortune 500 companies, and I don't know. I don't know what else to describe myself. I've just been a corporate girl, like almost my whole life, and caregiver to my mother. I mean, what else can I say? So again, if you want to talk about that, that's perfect. Hola, Benita.
To
So
keep my microphone, but take off the headphones.
I know, because it's just kind of like an odd. Yeah, for sure. It is kind of an odd
delayed.
thing.
So yeah, we're actually recording on two different things right now. We have the TikTok live, and then we also record a podcast live, usually every Friday night on Ring, which usually ends up on YouTube the next day, or Anchor or Spotify. Sometimes Spotify, but Spotify is a little weird sometimes. So
We'll see. We'll see. So let's talk about. So anybody want to talk about something? I know it's late. We can talk about anything that you'd like to talk about.
yeah,
Anything.
what do you want to talk about right now?
I don't know. Let's talk about AI, because I saw that and we were talking about it. We had a little conversation about it, and you already know how I feel. I mean, you probably have a feeling of how I feel about AI. In my sci-fi thoughts about AI, but yeah, let's talk about. So they showed that little coffee barista machine. I don't know if you ended up seeing that on TikTok.
The coffee barista machine. It was at the airport.
Yes, yes, which is a great place to put it, because I mean, you want something efficient, that's quick, and if you're looking for, a heart shape on your coffee.
Yeah.
Oops. So I mean, it's going to be quick and efficient, but with AI, there's also a whole lot of ethical issues, right? Because it's like, how is it going to impact people?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely need to do something with politics in order to have the right people leading us in the times. That way people are taken care of, but we can also accept technology and bring it in, because doing so will allow companies to really make a lot of profit. So we therefore need to have a lot of ways to be able to tax them that benefit the rest of the people, since they're not going to need workers anymore. Trying to find my headset thing on here.
Hola, Arizona Dan. Yeah, so I think when we're talking about this whole, do you hear me okay, Michelle?
Yeah, it's just I was trying to get headsets to connect to my phone, but for whatever reason, the headsets don't want to accept me being live and putting it on there. So I don't know.
Okay. Hola. Hola, Lemtees. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about we're talking about AI, but let's talk about this rant that I was like, we could talk about the Ye rant, Kanye West, but we could also talk about the um conversation that Britney Spears is having. Like, I think this is just kind of like the oddest thing, right? Where you have like deep family conversations all happening on public platforms for the public consumption. Like, if I'm arguing with my mom, like, I'm not gonna put out this rant on video and then have my mom respond on Instagram.
Yeah, that's weird. And her son putting out that thing in that magazine, that was weird.
And I think the son is just, being fed by Kevin Federline. Like, I really think that he's just taking his dad's lead.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad all around.
Well, it's sad because it's like, it's a public display, right? Like a public display of communication in between all family members in front of the general public. Like, some things are not for public consumption.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can see Britney kind of like going, kind of responding to K-Fed's interview, but at some point you just have to ignore that. Like, you can't feed into it, because now you have the whole family feeding in, including the mom. I didn't even think the mom should have just called her daughter, not posted an Instagram post, wrote a letter, something, knock on the door. I don't know. Knock on her door till she answers. Who knows?
Yeah, it's crazy. And the stuff with Kanye right now, the Instagram post with Kanye too.
He's also going on crazy rants. Why would you go on crazy? Why do you go on a crazy rant like that? Well, with him, it's obvious why he would go on a rant like that, right? Because obviously he has a deep, issues. I think allegedly, not even allegedly, I think he said that he has had mental breakdown. So obviously,
bipolar.
Yeah. So he might be going through some sort of, what do they call it when they go through the, I don't know, so I'm not speaking from a place of knowledge, but when they're having some sort of manic episode, he may be just going through that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, the post that he's making, it has to be hard to deal with. Like, I don't care who you are, famous, not famous, celebrity. It's got to be hard to deal with that. I mean, it's hard enough to deal with a person not in the limelight, let alone something like this with everybody else watching,
And it's a weird place to be. So in my personal life, I actually dated someone who was bipolar, and it is kind of, it's a weird thing, because not only are they going through their period where they're just doing all these things, but you're like, what the heck is going on? So I can't even imagine. Well, I can't imagine how difficult it is for the family members, which is obviously Kim and the children, to be going through all this. At the same time, he's putting all of this stuff on Instagram.
Yeah. And the kids are old enough to know, like, North and stuff,
I'm sure they don't. I don't know if they know the. I mean, they know that something's going on, just not necessarily the details, right?
I mean, they have to, right? Like, they see TMZ, I'm sure. They see, like, all the other, magazines and stuff. Maybe they're not on social media. But they got to be seeing stuff somehow. Like, they can't just be completely secluded and not know anything.
Yeah. I'm just referring to in the capability of what a 10-year-old can understand what's going on, right?
10-year-olds can be very smart.
Yeah.
Especially, somebody who... Kanye's incredibly intelligent, but he's also bipolar. And so, well, allegedly, right? Like, we've never seen his medical records, but allegedly, he's bipolar, right? And he's got all this stuff. And so sometimes you're fine and you're kind of down, right? Like, depressed. And then sometimes you're in this manic episode where you just feel invincible. And it seems to be with him. I mean, he goes through these phases of feeling invincible on a more regular basis than depression, it seems like.
Yeah, that is true. And that's when, so that's why he goes on these like rants for a little bit, and then there's nothing. It's quiet, quiet, quiet. And then he goes on this other rant.
Yeah. Like talking about, why do you get to side because you're half white? Like, okay. Well, maybe because she's the mom, it doesn't have anything to do with being half white. I think she gets to decide because she's the mom. Like, you know,
Yeah.
because he's talking about the kids are going to be going to his school that he's making called Donda. And the school that they're at teaches, what was it? Was it Kwanzaa? I think he was saying that they were being taught or something like that.
Yeah, he was uncomfortable with it for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one thing if it's being taught to them to be educated on it. It's another thing if they're being indoctrinated into it, right? Like, I think people should know what Kwanzaa is. I think kids should know what Kwanzaa is, right? I mean, you should know what all the different holidays are and why people celebrate them.
Yeah.
But to be forced into one, that's a little bit different, you know?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just odd to me how celebrities are bringing their very, very personal, intimate business out there. That, and I don't know how I feel about it being for public consumption.
Yeah. So there's a lot of shit that people be putting on the internet lately, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, I don't know. I think with the internet, we've just become so desensitized now to, like back in the day, nothing was nobody's business, right? Like nothing was anybody's business. Like you didn't talk about politics. You didn't talk about like really anything that deep and personal. But now people are just talking about anything and everything while they're sitting on the toilet making a TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very weird.
I agree. I think it is very weird. I think at some point you have to decide what you should keep to yourself and what you should, because you have people going through full on divorces and calling each other names on the internet, and your whole high school graduating class knows what's going on in your personal life.
Yeah.
And the thing is with that is that people end up formulating, unfortunately, right? People end up formulating their opinions on what you put on social media.
Yep. And that's yeah, I don't know, it's just beyond me that some of the stuff that people put on here and don't expect their jobs to come back and fire them or say something about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're very careful about what you talk about on here.
Oh,
and
for sure.
You kind of have to be, right? You kind of have to be. If you're working for a big corporation, you can't just be negligent and throw out all the most crazy things, right? And just act like if your boss saw something that it would be okay. Especially if you're on the job, right? So many people make TikToks while they're at work, from medical staff like nurses and doctors and stuff. And to me, I don't know. This is my own personal view on it. If I'm at work, unless it has something to do with my job, I'm not going to be making a TikTok while I am clocked in on the clock if I ever worked for a company again, right? Like, unless it had to do with that company and that company was okay with that type of stuff. But like, when you're working at the hospital, for instance, there was never once when I was working in the ER, even with other social media, right? Like Facebook and Instagram, where I was like, oh, I need to make a video right now while I'm working. I don't know. Maybe it's just a generational thing. I'm not sure, but to me, it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think so too. I think it's unprofessional,
Yeah, for sure.
right?
I think it's unprofessional.
Now, if they're on their lunch break or on their break, I get it, right? But if they're not on their lunch break and
Yeah,
they
right.
are, you know, doing it in the middle of their job, yeah, I mean,
in the middle of their job, yeah. I mean,
they shouldn't. I mean, it's unprofessional for sure.
they shouldn't. I mean, it's unprofessional for sure. Yeah. Unless it has something to do with the job, right? Like, unless, for instance, the people that were working at the paint shop mixing the paints and stuff and showing people how they're mixed and stuff like that, I think that is good because it brings interest to the business, right?
Mhm.
Or people who are making different food items and stuff like that. That okay, right? But jobs where other people's information could be at risk, like the medical field, for instance, I don't know. I'm just really weird about it, you know?
That is true. That is true. It is kind of like a weird thing.
That is true. It is kind of
For
like
sure.
a weird thing.
Hola, Juanito. Any questions? Anything you guys want to talk about?
Questions? Anything you guys want to talk about?
I want to talk about let me enhance myself. I don't like the way I look. I've enhanced myself and I don't like the way I look. I feel like I look like, I don't know, like somebody died.
To enhance.
Oh, I don't like it. Oh, there it is. There I am. Okay, I got like a little bit of wrinkles. Yeah, it was too enhanced. I didn't like it. Whoa. It looked weird. It looked so weird. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Still frozen. There we go.
So I froze. There we go.
Maybe that's why it's having trouble.
I enhanced myself. I was so happy. So happy. Any questions, comments, concerns? Oh, I don't know why I'm yawning. I guess we've been tired.
Yeah,
It's been a long week.
Well, it's like almost already 11 because we had to figure out all the technical difficulties.
It took forever to fill out all the technical difficulties. All right, what else do we want to talk about?
I really think I'm going to just create another TikTok or something, or really go through the followers that I have and just delete some, because like really nobody has come on. Like, it's like, oh, we're showing it to people, but it's not saying that anybody's viewing it.
I got nothing.
I think it's a bunch of spam followers to my stuff.
You think? To those spam followers that are all like, were you ever online dating? So when I would online date, I would always get these like these guys, like these pictures of these like really good looking guys, typically in the military, and they're like, hey girl, whatever. And then eventually they would be like, hey, why don't you give me $25? Why don't you send me $25? At that point, I knew I was scammed. It was going to be a scam. That the guy on the other side was not real. The thing is that they didn't even know how to play you right. Like, you would think that they wouldn't ask you for money, like, in the first, like, week, they start asking you for cash. I mean, if you're going to be scamming somebody, it's not going to be like the first week. You look so beautiful. Yeah, no. No.
You cut out really bad. What are you talking about? Somebody scamming?
Yes, I was talking about how people that when you online date, they try to scam you.
I haven't had that. Just guys who constantly want to send dick pics.
No,
What's
I'm
up,
talking
Angel?
about.
How are you? Like asking for money?
Yeah, but it's not. But they're fake accounts because the guy who's on the other end isn't even the right person. They'll just send you kind of like an email or like a DM or something like that, and like Instagram or and be like, "Hey, what's up, girl?" And then like after 2 or 3 back and forth, they'll be like, "Hey, asking you for money.
Girl, no. Angel, have you had that problem?
Oh,
Men
goodness.
DMing you, asking you for some money?
For money.
I
We want
haven't. Just
money.
the random dick pics, that's all.
Oh my goodness, I haven't online dated. I tried Bumble. It didn't work for me. I don't like it. Bumble, I did not like.
Hi, Angel. So my name is Michelle, and this is Alondra. And every Friday night we have a podcast that we do. And the past couple weeks we've been going live on TikTok, trying to work it out and figure it out. And I'm a life and business strategist. She is. Oh, you're lucky too. She said no, she hasn't had some men scamming her for money.
They
I'm
have.
a life and
It's
business
a
strategist,
scam.
and so I help people with problems in life and life and business. So if you have a business and you're looking at taking it to the next level, and Alondra, she's in big corporation. And so, yeah, I'm also a mom of 3. So if you have any questions about life or parenting or pretty much anything, feel free to ask.
Let me tell you, I think that the whole scamming thing happens like when I was in my 30s, it didn't happen. It's like once that you hit 40, I think it's when the scam accounts. They think you're frail and desperate. It's my theory.
Say it again.
That they think that you're frail and desperate. Like so, for example, if they're after 40, they think, oh,
Oh,
she's after 40, she's desperate, she wants somebody. So that way it'd be anybody.
frail and desperate.
Frail and desperate. And you know what's funny is that the same guy who's scamming these ladies, or because it's ladies, like they use the same picture. So a friend of mine, a guy on Facebook was sending her information, and then when I looked, I was like, "Hey, he's reaching out to me too," and I thought it was hilarious because he was reaching out to people on the same group. Like we were gonna be
Yeah.
like,
Scam artists are never creative. Like, they're never creative. Just like all the spam accounts on here, they have all the freaking same profile picture, and it's like, okay, we know that you're not that person because that person has millions of followers. And oh, look, they followed me, right? We were just talking about that with
yeah.
like Henry Cavill and Elon Musk following me. It's like, yeah, okay. I wish it was Henry Cavill, but it's not. What's up,
It's
Rachel?
not.
Welcome.
Hola, Danny Salas. How are you? So yeah, it's always crazy with the whole scammer. So let me tell you why I did not like Bumble. Because you're picking all these people, right? See, I'm old school. So you're picking all these people and they're supposed to like you and then you like it back, but that's too much work. I will say this, online dating is too much work.
Dating in general is too much work these days. It's too much.
It is. It's exhausting.
Are you, Angel, are you married, or do you have a partner? Are you dating? Are you single? Celibate? I've been celibate for like 6 years now. Completely single.
6 years. My goodness.
My goodness. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of nice, not having to tell anybody like what I'm doing, where I'm going, do what I want when I want. I mean, obviously, other than my kids and stuff, like whatever. It's not like I'm going out doing anything, but I don't have to answer to anybody, and that's kind of nice. As far as like men, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, whatever. I don't know. Obviously, you people don't probably know me that much. Angel, Rachel, I'm a mother of 3 and I take care of my disabled mom and uncle. And so it's not like I'm going out partying or anything. Pretty much I'm always here just like reading and learning and listening to different things to know more stuff. Single for 2 years. Yeah. How do you like it? Have you been trying to date or just chilling, minding your own and enjoying your peace? What about you, Rachel? Single, dating, checking out the dating apps. What do y'all think?
I don't know.
They say that there's less women on the dating apps now.
No, that there's more men than there are women on the dating apps now.
So that there's more men than there
Because standards have changed, is what
Yeah,
they
right.
said.
They're calling this the generation of the single man.
I don't know. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't understand. They're saying the generation of the single man, but when I see my nephews, and granted, they're Gen Z, right? 18 and 19. They are not asking they didn't go pursue their girlfriends. Like, their girlfriends pursued them. Like, they slid into their DMs. They went and pursued them. So I don't know if it's because women are saying it's more acceptable for women to pursue men now. And so the guys are just chilling.
I think there's just more women deciding to be single these days because they're just tired of putting up with all the Playboy shit. Like, I mean, all the red flags are there. Most women know what they are these days. The I'm gonna go to bed early, I fell asleep early, the not answering for a while and saying I took a nap, all the scammy stuff, right? It's pretty hard dating these days. It is super hard dating these days.
And like in a big
Especially
city,
with everything going on in politics.
and you know that when you're in
Do what?
and you know that when you're in a big city, like, you can technically, date people in different cities, like, technically in different cities. Like, and if you're in the metroplex, like, you can technically have a relationship in like a 30-mile radius, and it'd be 3 different towns or 4.
See, no, that's that Playboy bullshit right there. All these Playboys having girls in different areas. No, see, that's why I'm just content, like, being single, because I'm not trying to figure out and play the games. I'm not trying to have any of that. None of it.
That is, well, you know what? That's the way to go.
Back in the day, men were players. they're still all players. I guess not all of them, right? Not all men, but it's quite a few men.
Or wannabe players.
Quite a few. Yeah, wannabe, right? Like, they think that we don't know.
Yeah.
They think that they're the only one that says, "Oh, I fell asleep early at 6 o'clock in the evening." Boy, bye, stop.
Oh, I didn't call you because I fell asleep too. That's a big one, right? I fell asleep early. Or I'm working late.
I've been super busy. I've been super busy. That's why I didn't text you back. Like, I know you're not talking about me, talking about being busy to me when I have my kids and I do what I do. Yeah, okay. And then they don't have any kids or any other responsibilities in life other than their job and taking care of themselves. And they're like, I was too busy to text.
Okay. The reality is that when it's a priority to them, it's like, when you're a priority to them, you're a priority to them, right? So they'll make the priority. What's so interesting to me, and I know I'm generalizing, but because not all men are like this. What's so interesting to me is that if you pursue a man, generally they'll treat you like crap. But if they mess up and they try to pursue you, they're like at your door crying with roses. It's just so. They're not too proud to beg.
Like, when you call them on their BS.
For sure.
And then they get super offended you call them on their BS, right? Like, no, that's not true. Okay, yeah. Again, like, you fell asleep at 6 o'clock. Good one. I'm not stupid, right?
That's a good one. I fell asleep. I didn't even know. Like, I'm busy. I'm so tired.
So genuine. So creative.
Yes, I'm just gonna tell her she's gonna fall asleep and she's gonna go for it.
Yeah.
It's so
I see
crazy.
these dudes like on TikTok, right? And they'll see things like this where it's a woman talking about looking for a good man and they're submitting their applications and stuff. But it's like, okay, are you single because you're choosing to be single, or are you single because you tried to talk to multiple women and none of them wanted to talk to you and they all found out that you were still talking to other women, you know?
I'm talking to 4 or 5. I always thought that it would be nice when somebody, because people aren't really upfront and saying, "Hey, we're just dating, we're not exclusive," right? Or that
Yeah,
conversation
see.
probably needs to be had.
No. If I'm dating somebody, like, that's the only person I'm dating. For
Yeah.
one, I don't have the time or emotional energy to have more than one, and like the texting games and it's too much. I'm almost
It
40.
is too. It's a lot of work, for sure, and nobody has time for that.
You're the
It's
same way, Angel. Yeah. It's nice, right? It's nice just doing what you want to do if you want to relax or if you want to hang out with somebody or talk to somebody or whatever, or chill with your cat, do nothing, sleep all day.
Exactly. I mean, that's definitely the way to do it. Just to chill out. To be honest, it's more relaxing, especially when you came out of a situation where you weren't a bad relationship, right? Coming out of a relationship, you're just like, it's almost like a relaxation.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys are enjoying our conversation, tap the screen for likes. I hate saying that, but that's pretty much the only way TikTok sends out our videos to other people if it gets likes and stuff. So spammy.
It is. It is. I hope my phone doesn't die soon. Let me try to plug it in. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, am I too far away?
Yeah, no worries. Oh, thank you for the
Oh,
likes, Angel. Thank you guys.
know how to. Oh, you know what? Smarty.
I wish
No,
TikTok
you're
would
not. Oh,
set up a different way. Do what?
no, nothing. I've figured this
What do
out.
you
I
guys
didn't plug
think
it in
about?
here.
I know how Alondra feels about it, but what do you guys think about TikTok verifying everybody? Like, I think TikTok should verify every account. You should have to prove who you are to open an account with TikTok, so there's not so many spam accounts. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, there I am. Oops, what's it doing? Do you hear that?
Yeah. Well, here, you froze for a little bit, but you're actually back now, kind of. The screen was doing a little thinking thing.
Thinking.
Yeah, it was like thinking.
You know, I don't know if they're verified. Gosh, you know what? Mosquitoes are biting me like crazy. It's all this rain.
Hey, don't complain about the rain.
Well, that's true. That's true. I can't complain about the rain. We were all like without rain. And then we had.
Excuse
Oh
me,
my
this
goodness.
spot right here is oil from cooking earlier, guys. So, I did make dinner earlier for everybody. Now, I don't know. I need to invest in an apron when I cook. I never fails. I always get oil or something all over my shirt.
Oh, same here. You know what? I was all like, so I posted this TikTok on this silk almond milk. It's pumpkin spice, and I'm like a I like pumpkin spice. I look forward to it. I'm that girl. So I posted it, and they were like,
Oh, you're a basic.
I do not care. I do not care. I like calabacita. Like in Spanish, it's like calabacita. I like, calabazas. I like calabaza spice. So I like it. So with that said, I posted it almond milk, whatever. And you know what? I got like people were like, it's like majority oil, like it's all corn oil. I was like, it's like it's mostly oil. I didn't know this. I'm thinking that I'm having like almond creamer. It's like, like your kitchen, like fry something up with it. So now I'm in the
It
search.
was
You know what I'm
almond
gonna
milk
do?
or creamer?
It was almond creamer. Almond creamer.
It was almond
It
Oh,
was
okay.
mostly
Yeah.
oil.
All creamer
Yeah, I
is
was all like,
just like oil.
it's like vegetable oil, and I was like, it's no, thank you, it's vegetable oil, and I was like, ah. So you know what? I'm gonna try to find a way to make my own.
Your
I
own
can do
almond
it.
creamer?
My own almond creamer. It has to be, or some sort of creamer. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
almond creamer.
Yeah. So there's this stuff called Baker's Magic, and it is really good. I used it to make some muffins and cookies the other day, and there's no bad aftertaste or anything. I think it's sucralose, so it's like Splenda. But then also King Arthur has a sugar substitute, and I think it's got a few different sugar, or not sugar, but like sweeteners, like allacrose. I think it's like alucrose or allulose or something. Yeah, allulose. It's got allulose in it, sucralose, and like a few other things. But I was really surprised at the Baker's Magic. You could probably use that if you're just trying to go with a sweetener that has 0 calories. It had like 0 bad aftertaste, like most things do that are sugar alternatives, you know? And then your almond milk, you can make at home. It's really easy. So you just make the almond milk at home and mix that Baker's Magic or something into it.
I'm gonna try to figure it out. I've got to. You know what else I want to make? I want to make. They have this pastry. This Mexican pastry. It's called a concha. And this one company, it stuffs them with pumpkin, like a pumpkin puree. And I kind of want one of those. I want to make them. But you know, anytime I make bread like that, like supposed to be nicely, it doesn't come out soft. It eventually hardens up, and I don't know why. Other, you know, like bakeries and stuff, they have to be adding something that makes it like soft,
Fluffy.
fluffy. Yes.
Yeah.
I hope it's not like some weird oil, because I don't want weird oil. To your point, I'm trying to be like all natural, but now I realize that I'm drinking vegetable oil for breakfast.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It
you can use
foamed up
almond
really
oil or
nice.
avocado oil.
That's true. Do that. Well, what is olive oil, right? Vegetable oil.
No,
Just add it.
avocado
Maybe
oil.
make
I mean, it's still
avocado
vegetable
oil.
oil, but it's not the same. It's better for you. It has like essential amino acids and stuff in it.
Oh,
Vegetable
okay.
oils don't have that. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
they
just
burn at a
maybe
higher
avocado.
temperature. Avocado oil and olive oil burn at a higher temperature. Avocado oil, I think, burns higher than olive oil. So I think the burning point for avocado oil is like 500 degrees before it actually burns and starts smoking. Because at that point, that's when you're creating a carcinogen. So that's why certain oils are not good for you when you're cooking, because they turn into carcinogens when you burn them, and they burn at a really low temp. And then also they clog up your arteries because they're just not that good. But yeah, avocado oil is really good. It's calorie dense, obviously, because it's an oil. But if you're looking at trying to make a smooth creamer, you could do the avocado or the almonds. You just put them some water in the blender, and then get you like a cheesecloth or something to pour it through into a container. You can do that with cashew milk. You do it avocado milk. Any nuts, you can make your own nut milk just by putting it in the blender with a little bit of water, and then you could add a little bit of like even almond oil if you want. They have almond oil at the store. You could add a little bit of that if you're just trying to get that nice like thickness to it, and then add like a sucralose or allulose sweetener to it. Is 0 calorie, and they really don't have an aftertaste like a lot of stuff does.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Let's see. Making home foods are the best. Yeah, I love making home foods. I stopped buying chocolate chip and blueberry muffins at the store, and I make them like once a week for my family here. My mom and uncle are both diabetic, and so I typically try to cook now with as least sugar as possible, and like watch the cholesterol stuff in the cholesterol. So we use a lot of avocado oil, olive oil. Like I just made my own mayonnaise yesterday, actually. So I've got fresh mayonnaise in there. I made General Tso's chicken at home tonight in the crock pot. So we had General Tso's chicken on some jasmine rice. Yeah, I pretty much make everything at home. The chocolate chip cookies I make here, super easy. I make my own naan bread. Yeah.
Yeah, and I make my own baked goods too. Like that's one of the biggest things that I do. That kind of relaxes me.
Yeah.
But it's better for you. You know what the ingredients are in there. So yeah, I mean that's definitely like the way to go. A creamer wouldn't be something that I would necessarily consider making, but after I realized that I'm just drinking vegetable oil,
Yeah. Yep.
For sure. This is what I'm gonna do.
A good creamer that we typically get is Nut Pods. That's what it's called. It's called Nut Pods. And I think you can get it at Target. And then, like, if you guys have where you live up there, like a health food store, like Sprouts or something, y'all have that up there?
Sprouts. That's Sprouts. Actually, I bought the Nut Pods.
Actually, I bought the Nut Pods.
Bought it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're okay.
Yeah. So I did that, but yeah. Hey Trey. Hola.
Hey, Trey. Hola.
It does become a lot when you're making your own food. I know this because I literally pretty much make everything. It does become overwhelming when you're just trying to make everything from scratch so you know what's in it. It can be a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
It takes a lot of time.
For sure.
Sure.
Oh, my goodness.
Groceries are getting out of control, dude. Like, I just bought groceries and it'll last us probably about 3.5 weeks, somewhere in there. But like $500 for groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we buy bulk. Yeah.
That's the way to do it, though.
Yeah, like I said, it'll last us like 3.5 weeks. So that's pretty much like $500 for the month. And then here and there, my mom and them will get like a salad from somewhere. Because right now, I was growing my own lettuce and stuff on the patio, but it got a little too hot and the lettuce didn't like it. So
it went.
Yeah, it's like dried out.
Yeah, I didn't grow. I tried to grow a garden. I was really trying to grow, but it dried out. My had tomatoes, squash. I only got like one little squash. It was bad.
I know. I have this one little butternut squash that's like this big. Yeah, I have like one cucumber. I have actually a lot of little baby cucumbers right now out there. We'll see if they actually do anything, if the bees pollinate them or what. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Angel, for the likes. Some more likes. Thank you. Yeah, just trying. The tomatoes, they really are not liking the heat at all. The tomatoes are just crispy, the vines and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're in the shade pretty much most of the day. That's what I mean. This rain right now, cooling everything down, has just it's been nice for my plants. My plants are liking it a lot.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Angel, if you're looking at, I don't know if you live in a house or what, or if you live in an apartment or anything, but there's this thing called a lettuce grow tower. And it's pretty cool. It's just like this tower, and you put the little vegetables in there. You can get the vegetables already sprouted from them, or you can sprout your own vegetables and put them in there. And it waters it pretty much all day long. You do have to periodically change the stuff out, like the vegetables and stuff, just because the water starts getting gross and the roots pretty much go all the way down to the bottom. But you can find a link for that if you're interested in that in my bio for a lettuce grow tower. I've really enjoyed mine so far. I had fresh lettuce for pretty much up until recently when it just got extremely, extremely hot. But yeah, for pretty much most part of this year, we had a fresh lettuce, kale, what are some other greens that we had? Like a mixed green lettuce type thing. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that lettuce tower. I always wanted to get one of those. That and the droopy tomato, the tomato one, the upside down, the topsy turvy tomato.
Oh yeah. That would probably be better growing tomatoes. Like mine's just growing in a pot right now, and it's struggling. Hanging upside down, I think, would be better for tomatoes though, because it's so hard for like you have to have one of those spike things that allows it to continue to grow upwards. Because if not, it just starts falling over. Yeah, more people do need to start growing their own vegetables, Angel. Especially with all of the stuff that we're looking at coming here pretty soon. I don't know if you're into reading like a lot of books and stuff, but there's a book called The End is Just the Beginning, and it talks about pretty much all of the different problems that each country is going to have with the coming weather patterns and trade between countries and stuff like that. So if you're interested, check it out. It's on Audible or what's called Amazon.
Oops. I've got these like take a break reminders that show up like after like 30 minutes on TikTok. It's like 30 minutes, then it's like snooze.
Oh, no way. I get those ones every now and then. It's like this girl or this one guy, and it's like, you've been scrolling for a while. And I'm like, scroll. You don't tell me what to do.
You've been scrolling. That is true.
For me to be on it. Don't try to act like you're being responsible now by telling me to get off.
I know. It's like this voice. I know. It's whispery too. It's kind of like ASMR. I know it's time. I know that you've been scrolling here for a while. It's time. Yeah. But why don't you go take a rest? Yeah.
Or the dude that pops, he's like, wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait, you could take a seat. You could take a seat.
As you say, you don't tell me what to do. You do not tell me what to do.
That's right. I'm going to scroll just because you told me to get off.
To get off, right? I know it's time to get off.
Yeah.
So exhausting, man. Oh my goodness. So baking, cooking, dating. So are you considering trying the apps, or you're just gonna get off the apps entirely? Like no more apps?
What
are you not gonna do the dating apps? Are you thinking of ever getting back on?
Oh no. No.
Like you're done.
I mean, what you call it? Like Facebook has the Facebook dating thing. My thing on there, I think, is still open, but I don't get on Facebook. The last time I got on Facebook was to sell something on the marketplace, and that was pretty much it. But yeah, no, I mean, I have zero interest in even sitting there swiping the thingy. Like, I don't like small talk, so that's really hard, and I just don't want to deal with the stupid random questions, and I don't know. It feels fake, so I don't know. Probably not. So let's see here, depending where you live, the environment. Yeah, so we are actually in Texas, Angel, kind of north of Dallas. So I'm closer to Dallas than Alondra is, but she's about 40 minutes from the Oklahoma line, right? About 40 minutes, right? And then I am about 40 minutes north of Dallas. Like downtown Dallas, 40 minutes north of downtown Dallas.
Oklahoma. Hello, Lupita. Sorry.
You're from California? Are you in California right now, or you're from California? Oh, you're in California. Oh, okay, y'all are having some heat waves over there right now. It's what, like 105 in some areas, right?
110.
Recently, but luckily it's raining right now. Well, it was raining.
It was like 110 in the Inland Empire.
Yeah. Where you're at right now in California, what's the temperature? Is it pretty hot where you're at, or are you in like a really nice place? Oh, it's bad out there. Yeah, I can only imagine. Y'all already have a bunch of fires all the time, and then now adding this 100 and something degree weather, I can only imagine. 97. Okay, that's not too bad considering I'm from Texas, but 97 is pretty warm for California. Where at in California do you live? You don't have to tell me the exact city, but like whereabouts? Coachella. Oh snap. I've never been over there. I've only been to like LA, so I'm not really familiar with Coachella.
Where's that at? Is that kind of by Palm Springs somewhere?
Where's Coachella? I don't know why the Mario song just like popped in my head right now. Near Palm Springs, yeah. Okay. She said it's near Palm Springs.
Okay, so I was kind
of correct.
How old are you, Angel? Are you familiar with Mario? Yeah. Love Mario. Yeah. It's old school.
What is that?
Boy,
go to bed.
Oh my goodness, let me see. I know he's awake. He's showing me this. Ah! What is this? Oh, like he said, it's a plastic.
Zach,
Who's
it's
scared?
Halloween. 36.
I know.
Okay, I'm 37.
Oh,
Is that his Halloween thing?
Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. What did you say? I hope that's plastic, by the way. That is plastic. Thank you, Amanda. I just wanted to say, I was like, it's a plastic thing. They were $1 at the dollar store.
Oh wow, that's not bad.
Well, no, it's not $1 anymore. It's $1.25. Sorry. It used to be $1.
Inflation.
Yeah, inflation. Thank you. How are you, Amanda? Thank you for the. Is there anything you want to talk about? I'm here with Michelle. She's a life coach.
1983 or 84? What you mean? I was born in 85. I'm 37. Oh, are you saying like you were born in 1983 or 84? You don't know when you were born? What? Time is only relevant sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
It's all a dilation anyway.
No.
What is she talking about her age?
Is she talking about her age?
Yeah, she said she's 36 and then she said 1983 or 84. No, me. I was born in 85. 37.
That's a good year. That's a good year. That's a good year.
85?
Actually, yeah, any 80s, man. That's a good year. I think that your 30s are your best.
Yeah.
Your 30s are your best.
Oh, thank you. I use a lot of retinol. Retinol every night. Moisturize, lots of water. And you know what? A lot of people don't talk enough about this, but this retinol serum right here, the InKey, you can get for really cheap at Sephora. And even though it's very affordable, it's the InKey list. It's very affordable, but it works really well. I've used I would say quite a few retinols, but I really like this one compared to like some of the other ones that you can get, and it's super affordable and it's pretty potent.
How much?
I'm gonna
How
throw
much
it in
does
the
it
floor.
cost, Michelle?
How much is it?
How much?
It's like
How much does it
It's
cost?
like $10 at
How much?
Sephora.
Where do you get it? At Sephora?
Where do you get it? It's a form.
Yeah, at Sephora.
Because your skin, you
It's like
made it.
$10.
Because your skin, you made it.
Oh, you
You
just
used to be
started
able to see
therapy
my
at
like
31.
forehead wrinkles a lot more.
You know what, Amanda? What I mean, if you don't mind asking, what's the therapy for? Is it for going dealing with childhood trauma? Girl, let me tell you, it,
Let me tell you,
dealing with trauma is hard.
dealing with
Yeah,
trauma
it's
is
hard.
hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Oh gosh, Michelle, you may have better. Do you have any advice for mothers with no support from family?
With no support from family.
I do, because that's me. That is
Yeah,
me.
I'm sorry to hear that, Amanda. Michelle, you can talk about that because I know that from I'm very fortunate to have an infrastructure, but Michelle,
But Michelle,
you can talk about that a
Yeah,
little bit
I
better.
mean,
you can talk about that.
yeah, obviously you don't know anything about me, Amanda, but I'm a single mother of 3 kids. I have 2 special needs boys. One is 20, one is about to be 16. And then I also take care of my disabled mom and disabled uncle. And we have no other family. Nobody else really helps me other than I have a nanny that helps us out like 9 hours a week. And my 18-year-old daughter, she kind of helps too with my boys and stuff, but obviously she works and she's my child, so she's not their mother. But other than that, yeah. So one of the things I would say is, because at the end of the day, I know that we can be very tired and very drained and really just have the energy sucked out of us. So there are actually a few things. Sleep is important. Sleep is probably one of the most important things, and lots of water. And I know that sounds stupid, especially if you have trouble sleeping at night, but finding a way to get yourself on a good sleep schedule and just following through with it, because sleep is key in being able to get through the days. And just remember that everything is temporary. Even if it feels permanent, everything is temporary.
Everything is temporary.
So
everything is temporary.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
some of the biggest things, and focus on the day. Don't focus on tomorrow. Don't focus on next week. Don't focus on next month. Focus on today. Focus on what you need to do today to make today the best day that you possibly can. And that doesn't mean that the day is going to be perfect and that you're going to be like at a level 10 happy or anything like that. It just means get through the day with the least amount of stress possible for that day.
For sure, Amanda. And then prayer, Amanda. Prayer. I think that for me, having like a strong faith in God has helped me through a lot of things. And to Michelle's point, it's about getting through the day. You know. And I'm sorry to hear about what happened to you with when your mom having you at 16 and having to deal with all of that, because that's definitely very difficult. My heart goes out to you. And I mean, if anybody has like,
oh, thank you.
And and having to go through that, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, and if there's something like even more specific that you have a question about, Amanda, feel free to put it in there, and Alondra can let me know what it is. That way I could be maybe even more specific for you on what it is. That would be able to help you better.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
thank you, Angel.
So here's one, because I know that you can relate to this, because Michelle, you were also a teen mom. But
Yep.
One of the things that Amanda says is my mom was 16 when she had me, and Amanda, I don't know if you mind if I read this. If you mind, tell me now. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and read it. I'm so Okay. She's saying that my oldest is 11. As she gets older, I feel like I unblock more things I've suppressed. So I'm overprotective, and rightfully so. So I think a lot of the things that happen are I like to call it like family trauma. Sometimes, you know, when your parents didn't allow you to stay at somebody's house is because it's all this trauma that they probably went through. So that's very normal. I don't know, Michelle, do you want to talk a little bit about that on your end?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably butcher what this person said, but the best thing that I've heard so far is that the overprotective mom is the one who wasn't protected enough when she was younger. Right. And so I have been very protective with my daughter because by the age of 16, I had been taken advantage of by people who were older than me, way older than me. In fact, like me and you have talked this before, Alondra, about me being 14 and the 34-year-old that I was dating at the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, just situations like that. I had my first at 16 and his father was 24. So, yeah, I mean, being protected is just one of those things, I think, especially if you went through a rough childhood or went through things like that in your childhood, that you are very protected because you know the dangers that are out there and you're not naive about the things that could harm your child, you know. But being very open with your child and allowing them to communicate with you is very important, and allowing them to know that really you're there for them no matter what. And that they could talk to you about pretty much anything.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing all of that,
And allowing
Amanda.
them to understand. Yeah, and allowing your child too to understand like where you're coming from, right? Like I'm very blunt with my daughter on the stuff that is out there and the people that are out there. So she's not naive when she is out at work or she is out with a friend or something like that. The things to watch out for, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And is she saying right now that she completely agrees at 15 she was dating somebody that was 21 years old and she was with them until she was 20. And I know that you had a similar situation where you were very young. Yeah,
I wasn't
very
with him
young.
that long. Yeah. I was definitely young and dumb, right? And we've talked about this, me and Alondra have before, you know, you live and you experience things in your past, but don't hold yourself to those and don't, you know, hold on to the trauma within you. Grow from those things, learn from those experiences, and allow the wisdom to come through from those.
For sure. And it's good that you at least you have your husband there on your side.
Oh,
she
has a husband.
Yeah, she has one. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Happy.
The symbols
I'm so
on
glad.
my arm. Oh, sorry about that. Angel was asking about the symbols on my arm. They're different hieroglyphs.
Thank you, Amanda.
You can see them, but they're kind of like pagan hieroglyphs, different meanings. But then I have, you can't see them. It's like a wristwatch.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. I'm so happy for you, Amanda. I'm glad that you were able to rebuild yourself. I think it's hard, especially when a young lady starts dating somebody really young. You know, like starts dating young and then starts dating somebody who's older.
Yeah.
That's just kind of it's difficult for sure. So anything else? Anything else you'd like to add, Michelle?
I mean, I would say that's pretty much it, unless she's got something more specific that she's, you know, a certain specific thing, then I could maybe more. But right now, I would just say start with that. You know, when we're living in anxiety, it's usually because we're living in the future and the unknown. So if you're having a lot of anxiety and stuff right now, I would say take a dial back and just focus on today.
Focus on today.
Focus on
Yeah.
today.
You're welcome, Amanda.
Yeah.
Anytime.
You're welcome.
Anytime. But you know, you have a
Anytime. But
you
you know,
have a beautiful family. You've come out of this. I think you know everything's
out of
gonna
this.
go
I
well.
think
Just you know, just
everything's
focus
gonna go well.
on
Just
you know,
focus
as she said, the
on
small
as she said,
steps, right?
the small steps, right?
Yep. One
The
step at
day
a
to
time.
day, one step
The
at a
day to
time.
day, one step at a time.
You're welcome. Um, thank you. No, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
really do
Thank
appreciate you
you. I
coming
really do
on.
appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
was
got married a little bit later in life,
a little bit
Amanda,
later,
so I didn't have that experience. Very sheltered, but
very sheltered, but
Michelle and I have talked
Michelle
about
and I
what
have
she's
talked
gone
about
through.
what she's gone through.
So yeah, I mean, you know,
So yeah, I mean, you know,
it's always, you know, sometimes we do
it's
on our
always,
children put
sometimes we
like
do
all
on
these
our
things
children
that our
put
parents
like all
instilled
these
in
things that
us,
our
you know,
parents
Michelle.
instilled in us,
And then
Michelle.
also what
Yep.
we
And
experience, and
then
it
also
creates
what we
kind of
experience, it
this where
creates kind of
you're being
this where
protective of your
you're being
children because
protective
of
of your
that.
children because of that.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yep. I definitely can say I've been very protective of my daughter. So I did not want her being a teen mom at all. Like she's seen the struggle that we've gone through, and she said she didn't want kids anyway because she's had to
She
deal
said,
with her brothers and stuff. But because she's seen like it's been tough, you know, especially with my oldest dealing with like his mental issues that he had a couple of years ago, and then my younger son, he had behavior issues for a while, and yeah, I mean now luckily they're good, but it's not easy being a teen mom for sure, you know. And I don't know, I think there really needs to be better programs out there to prevent kids from having kids, you know.
yeah, for sure, I
Yeah,
agree.
for sure, I agree.
What about you, Angel? Do you have kids?
I need to get a water.
Get a water.
Yeah, go get you some water.
I do. I think I'm gonna go get some water because I got this. I was drinking this Sonic. You know what? As much as I complain about what I'm putting into my body, it's like I keep on putting crap in. I mean, it's not crap. It's delicious. It's delicious for sure. It's delicious.
Woo. Yeah, that's
She has 4 babies.
4 kids. She has 4, 3 boys and 1 girl. How old are your kids?
I'm gonna go get
And
some
she's
water.
single too.
Single and ready to mingle. Just don't try the apps. They're horrible.
19, 17, 15, and 7. Okay, so they're bigger. Okay.
Yeah. She still has a little one. She has a little one at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bitty.
So you had a good little gap in there between the 15-year-old and the 7-year-old. What happened there?
I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go get some water.
Yeah, go get some water. Hydration, hydration, hydration. Drink water all the time. You took a break. Yeah, for sure. Yes. Luckily, I had mine all kind of close together, so they're like 2 and 3 years apart. I was a very silly young person. What do, Angel, for work or like whatever? Do you have a business? What do you do? Oh dang, that's a squeaky door.
I'm back. The water.
Oh yeah, drink that water. It's good for your wrinkles. Well, to prevent wrinkles, not because you have wrinkles. Prevent those wrinkles.
You were saying I need to enhance
We're
myself
saying
again.
I need to enhance myself.
Yeah. You'll talking about
enhance-
drinking vegetable oil and
So
drinking
me
soda.
Oh my goodness, vegetable
Drinking
oil, drinking
soda.
sodas.
Terrible. Didn't you learn
It
anything
is.
from our coaching together?
Oh my goodness. I was indulging.
I was indulging.
That was what it was. It was indulging. Oh my goodness. I feel like we're better.
Oh my goodness.
I need to get my lighting. Your lighting looks good. My lighting looks like poo poo. I got poo poo lighting.
That's because I have a fluorescent overhead light up
Oh,
there. And then
fancy. That's what I need.
ring light.
Your ring.
My whole messy area here.
God, you got your little studio office going for you.
Studio office one for you.
Yeah. It's a closet that I transformed into my office.
Looks good. Let's see if maybe I need like nicer light. That's like it looks to me yellow. Oh, looks is kind of softer.
Yellow.
I think I'm gonna enhance me.
Maybe changing the settings.
Yeah, I need
It
it
looks
like
like
from
you
the
have it
top.
on daylight already.
I
You need an
do.
overhead. Yeah.
I need an overhead. I need to work out. I need to, but instead I'm like to drinking vegetable oil. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You work for a communication contractor. Okay. What does that mean? What do you do? Or is it secret? You can't tell. It sounds like a secret.
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 Secret. Oh my goodness.
Fiber optic cable, 5G. Oh no, not the 5G.
It's the birds.
The birds aren't real. What are you talking about? 5G. Yeah,
It's not.
5G. They keep preaching the 5G, but every time that I'm actually on 5G, my phone does not work for shit.
If they say they want the 5G, it's on the 2G. Hello? It's a great name.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the frequency. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess they just haven't fully rolled enough 5G out for the phones to work properly on the 5G. Because when I go to certain areas that are more populated, busy areas, and it says it's connected to 5G, I have a real problem with stuff loading. Like TikTok doesn't load, the internet doesn't really work properly, stuff like that. So I guess maybe they just don't have enough 5G terminal thingies yet. I don't know.
She would know. She'd be able to tell us. Do they have enough 5G thingamajiggies?
Still a lot of dead zones. Gotcha. Well, I mean, there's tons of the little thingies around here stuck up on every freaking water tower, and then these fake tree-looking things. We have lots of the little tower thingies, but it just seems like it doesn't work that well. So yet, anyway.
Those are what those fake tree-looking things are.
Yeah. And I noticed that they're putting them on water towers and stuff now too, like on the base of the water towers.
Mm-mm. I don't pay that much
I'm
close
ready for
attention.
I'm ready for the Tesla phone to come out.
There's a Tesla phone?
There's a Tesla phone?
Yeah, Elon is
Oh,
making this badass
it's okay,
phone,
Amanda.
and the service is supposed to be free and stuff like that. Like you just buy the phone. It also allows you to do crypto mining from the phone.
Oh wow.
It's super cool. It looks super cool. I can't wait. I'm just like, take my money here. Tired of
Hey,
these freaking Android and iPhones.
Amanda, maybe you can get one of those Tesla phones. I want
It's gonna connect to the Starlink.
Doña Leti. Let me see, Doña Leti. Let me. You know what? Let me think. Let me think. Who's Doña Leti? Because I haven't been keeping up with that. La Doña Leti.
My phone has a hack. What is my phone hack?
Oh my goodness. I don't have my phone with me.
Give me the
Para
secrets.
checar.
Share the secrets.
The secret.
To connect better? Girl,
Amanda,
you
I
better
don't know
spill
who.
the
I don't
tea.
know.
Come on.
I don't know who Doña Leti is. I'm trying to figure.
Doña Leti.
A ver, infórmame, Amanda. ¿Quién es Doña Leti?
¿Quién es Doña Leti?
Because I'm trying to figure out who she is.
Trying to figure out who she is.
What are you talking about?
No,
Who-
see, because
what are you
Amanda
talking
asked
about?
about what I thought about
see,
Doña
Amanda
Doña
asked
Leti,
about
and I'm trying. I don't remember. I don't know who Doña Leti is.
Who Doña Leti is.
Her audio, but this guy
I have no
represents
idea.
her. He's 32. His
His
girlfriend's 15. What
girlfriend's
the heck?
15.
You know what?
What the? You know what?
Look, this is lady. She has a lot of people using her audio, but the guy she represents her, that represents her, is 32, and he's dating a. Look, let me tell you something. First of all, I'm gonna get hypey on this one. First of all, where is the parent? Like, let me tell you, if my 15-year-old daughter was dating a 32-year-old man, best believe I'd be knocking on his door. Best believe.
Best believe.
But how would you know though?
If she told me, I would know. If I found
If
out,
she told me,
if she told me and she found out, I'd be knocking on her door. I'd be knocking on his door.
she's probably
Now,
not gonna tell you. I didn't
look,
tell my mom.
well, you didn't tell your mom when you were dating the 30. What was, how old is he? 34-year-old.
34-year-old.
Yeah,
You were around that age too. You were around that age.
I was 14. Yeah,
You were 14. Gosh,
Yeah.
Michelle. Every time you tell me that story about when you were that age, and it just like and he was 30, my blood boils. I would be so upset. But obviously,
No.
Amanda, it's public knowledge, right?
I saw him like
It's
a little bit later in life too. Like he was on my Facebook, and it still wasn't weird to me because I think I was still in my 20s at that point. But I can't imagine now seeing him, knowing the things that I know now, and just being, just what were you thinking? Dating dating a 14-year-old.
how illegal it was. One, very illegal.
Yeah.
The damage that somebody who's 32 dating somebody who's 15 is doing. It just every time I hear those stories, my blood boils, because there's this young lady who's going to have to be dealing with the trauma years later.
Oh, my phone.
So yeah. So yeah, Amanda, yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. I wonder if her, like, it obviously does. I'm assuming her parents know.
My phone is like overheating.
Oh, girl,
Why does
let me tell you something. Yeah,
TikTok
I
have to
agree. I don't think.
burn the juice?
No, I agree. Look, there's no reason a man should be put his hand on a woman. None.
Yeah, no.
There's never. The moment somebody touches you. And you know what's so funny is I think a lot of women sometimes they'll fight with their significant other and they'll push each other while they're fighting. Anytime that you're pushing each other like that or you're doing no, no. The moment he puts your hands on you, it's done. And the moment you both lose respect for each other in that manner, no. No, but yeah, I agree. I agree because yeah, nobody should be able no man should be putting his hands on you. Period. Period.
Okay, on my podcast. Thank you.
But yeah, I didn't know that chisme regarding Doña Leti and her representative being 32. You know what? I find that very common in kind of you know what? It's very common in Hollywood and it's very common in almost a lot of like Mexican actors and actresses. But it's also common in Hollywood because you hear about that the 15-year-olds dating these older men.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's what they were talking about Leo, right? Breaking up with that girl because she's 25 or something.
I think that's about the age they say let's get married. And he's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean,
somebody was saying that maybe it's not him breaking up with them, but now that they're 25, their brain is developed and they're like, you know what? I don't want to be with him.
I'm sure. And they want him to be the perfect housewife. Well, because they can control him at 15. They want to control. They say that dating a 15-year-old is gonna be the perfect housewife.
I saw some dude on TikTok who was like, I like to date women that are in their early 20s, basically because they don't have the trauma. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because a lot of people already have trauma before that age. They just haven't met the mental capacity to work through that trauma
to process
yet.
it.
So if
to
anything,
process it.
they're more traumatized in their early 20s because they haven't worked through any of it.
And not only that, at this particular point, like this gentleman is saying, you know what, that every time I hear things like that, right, that I want like the 15-year-old doesn't have any, or like even like when I hear older men talking and preying on these young women, it just blows my mind.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's horrible. It's horrible, and it's like you keep on seeing it more and more, and it's like please. And I'm glad these young ladies are outing these guys now, because back in the day there was no way to out people like that.
Yeah, and now we have the internet. You can just like blast them on the internet.
Yes, like if they get fresh. So you had, okay, I'm so sorry about that. You had postpartum. That's got to be very difficult with all like 3 pregnancies, it's it's so important to go to therapy.
Yeah,
and have somebody to talk to you and help you out through that.
Because you can't afford therapy, at least read a lot of books about it so you can understand how to process it.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, because you were so young. That's difficult when you're young. And you have nobody guiding you. You don't know what you're going through. Is it normal? Is it not normal? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And like how to, how to process it, for sure. Looking at it, seeing why did it happen, looking at whose fault it was, if it wasn't your fault, whose fault was it, and really evaluating it. Even people who do really bad things, you have to think, what made them be like that to do that bad thing? Most of the time it's because stuff had happened to them before,
Yeah. That's true. I only had my housekeeper showing me how to be mom. Yeah. You know what? You were blessed that you had at least somebody helping you through that, Amanda. And I think that in Mexican culture, there's a time period that when a woman has a baby, that her family surrounds her. So if you have that family to help you out through that time period, but if you don't, it's difficult. It's difficult for sure.
Yeah.
She's talking about postpartum, Michelle.
Yeah. It's definitely difficult
to like go through.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, even people who have partners, and I'm seeing this more and more on TikTok, and it's super frustrating. It's like all these women dealing with these shitty dudes who are just, they might as well be single. You know what I'm saying? Like the guys that they're dating,
Oh,
these
no.
women might as well be single because the dude really isn't doing anything emotionally for them other than causing them extra stress.
I just died. My phone just died. I just
lost
died
you
on my phone, Michelle.
TikTok.
Yes, you lost me. Oh man, that's not good. It went boop. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Now I'm looking for my
I
cell
lost you
phone.
on live.
Oh, I know.
I lost you on the
I
live.
know. Are you? I know. I just noticed that too. I just noticed that.
Angel, to connect
Man,
better, what do you mean?
that's not good.
Like what's the hack in my phone to make me connect better? Hi Amanda, welcome.
Is she back? Tell her I lost her.
If you're the Amanda that joined from Alondra, I lost Alondra. Hold on. I lost her on the TikTok live, but she's here on my headset. You're so welcome. You're more than welcome. If you have any other questions or need anything, just let me know. Like, obviously you have my TikTok, so, send me a message, comment on a video or something. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the rose. Alondra, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm trying to get back.
I lost you on the TikTok.
Yeah, I know. I'm there.
Okay.
I'm trying to get back on.
Gotcha.
And go live.
She's coming back, Amanda. Sometimes the Wi-Fi goes out.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
She's trying to get back on right now so she can get back on with me.
I don't know why it says paid partnership on this. Oh, because of the enhanced crap.
Which is weird. It's weird that it's doing that.
Okay. All right, I'm on.
You're on? Okay, let's see.
Close, don't remind me. Because I'm using too much memory. Maybe
on your phone?
Yeah, I don't know why. Let me see if I can get on the Wi-Fi and do it.
Oh, you're on your data. Gotcha.
Yeah, let me get on my data.
If you want to watch, Amanda, if you want to watch any of our other podcasts, you can look us up on YouTube. If you go to the link in my bio, you can actually find the link for the latest one that we put on YouTube, and it'll take you to our webpage on YouTube, and you can watch any of our podcasts on there.
Yeah, for sure. Oh.
We talk about all kinds of things, from news to stuff like we're talking about tonight to really pretty much anything and everything, just like we are tonight. Oh, thank you so much. Awesome. Yeah. Sometimes you can watch the videos on Spotify, but I would just say YouTube because every single one of our videos are on YouTube. Spotify is kind of iffy. Sometimes it doesn't like that the audio and video don't match up. YouTube really doesn't care. So it says it doesn't match up, but it's not like the words are off when we're talking or anything. So
It has that
it's just
dumb
being
enhanced
kooky.
stuff that I don't like. It's costing me paid partnership. I don't want this. Okay, it says it's working on that.
I don't know what the paid
Oh.
partnership thing is.
All right, I'm gonna invite you, Michelle.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Hey, we're back. I'm back. Did you see me okay?
Okay. Yeah. It's just
Okay.
a little like freaky.
Is it freaky? Hey, Kathy.
Like
Hey, Havoc.
freezing.
Hey, Amanda. Is it freezing? Hey, is it freezing on your end?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, on their end.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
it
curious
glitchy
if
for
they're
you,
freezing.
Amanda?
It's not glitchy on my end. Glitchy. Hello.
Invite the host.
Hey, pretty guardian. Hi.
A match. What is this?
Do you hear me?
It says invite them to a match.
To a match. What does that mean? Does that mean we're fighting?
I have no idea.
What happens? I don't want to fight any. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. I love too much. So yeah, where were we at? We have topics we're talking about. So for sure. Do you want to do? What's the match? Do you want to try it?
Do what?
Hello, Mia. Is there any topics you guys want to talk about? Any achievement? Anything you want to talk about?
I can't hear anything you just said. It was like really choppy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hello, hi. Anything you guys want to talk about? No, it's still not working.
What do you do, Amanda? What do you do for work, Amanda?
Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
Joel,
baby
welcome
Juju.
back.
Hey, baby, anything you want to talk about, baby Juju? We're discussing everything. Todo. Hi.
Angel, you said there was a hack for the phone to connect better. What is the hack?
We always like a good hack.
Especially if it's for the phone.
Is it for? I like people who know hacks. Hi, window buyer. Hello. Robin, how's it going?
What else is going on? What else do you want to talk about?
Oh my goodness. Me? What else is going on? I think I'm tired. Like everybody
Yeah,
else,
what else?
right? Hello. Welcome. How do you feel about this the new skinny trend, Michelle? Like the stick trend. They say it's coming back. I don't really think it ever left. That where all the girls are all real skinny. Like the model look.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you. It's House Labs. It's her lip oils. I really like them. It's Lady Gaga's brand lip oil. It like works with the pH of your lips and turns it to like a natural color for your pH and your skin tone and stuff. Pretty cool. She said that she's gonna send us the steps. Yes, let us know the steps.
Good. Good, because I need to know how to
If
like.
it won't let you fit it in the little chat thing, you can send it to me via a message. Oh, I don't know if you can. I think I have it set up to where only like friends can send me messages. I got tired of being spammed. You could go to my Instagram if you want and send it there if it won't let you send it here on the chat box if it's too much. I think my Instagram is in my bio too. I'm not really on Instagram a lot, but I would go over there to check it if you sent it there.
Yeah, that way we know how to get good. How do you do a little self-service hack?
Self-service.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. What do you have going on this weekend, Alondra?
Gosh, I have to go. I have to paint outside the door, around the doors, and then I have to go get a quote for I have a lake house and I need to get the deck. There's a pole, like the deck, the way they installed it, like it twists. Anyway, I need to get that pole that's holding up the deck on the top fixed. And replace it with a cedar pole, so which is stronger, a lot better. And then I'm gonna get ready because I'm gonna go hang out. I'm gonna go hang out with my aunt.
You're gonna hang out with who?
My aunt.
Your
Go see my
aunt.
aunt
Oh,
next
okay.
week. Yeah, my aunt.
Gotcha.
See her. I don't know. My Phoebe. And then that's about it. God, as anything, as any good what's the house? People wisdom, it's always have to send gifts. It's a gift. Not to buy them gifts.
Gotcha.
I have spare gifts.
I lost you on the other one.
That. Oh, I don't. This one is trying to make. Doug is the only person.
Yeah.
Weird.
It may. So right now it's working a little bit better on the phone than it has been. Maybe for you, yeah, it's gonna have to be like a one or the other type of thing.
I think so.
It's like now you're good over here,
order
but
for
now
it
it's
to-
like frozen over there.
Yeah. I think it is because my internet's kind of. It's poopy. It's got poopy internet. Hola, Andrea. What do you like to talk? What do you want
What
to
do
talk
you
about?
think? You think it's about a wrap tonight?
Yeah, sure. That time. Appreciate everybody who was on with us. Thank you, ladies. If you guys ever want to talk again, we're on Fridays. We can talk whatever you guys want. It's another late night. This is what we do. Really, this is the only time we have because we're both so very busy. So thank you, everyone who was able to be on this call tonight. And we can talk whatever you guys want.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for coming on tonight. Check out our full podcast that we have on YouTube. You can find the link in my bio to take you over to our latest episode on YouTube. And we are going to try to go live pretty much every Friday night. So, and usually we get on about 10 o'clock ish, 10:30, somewhere in there. So
o'clock.
Just depends on our technical issues.
All right.
But yeah, Friday night.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.